Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about Fallout 4. Now I originally was going to review Fallout 4, but I decided to review Rise of the Tomb Raider instead, because that game is pretty overshadowed by Fallout 4. Not that many people are talking about Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is a shame, because Tomb Raider is pretty fantastic. I reviewed it, and if you want to check it out, go ahead and check it out. But this is going to talk about Fallout 4. And I didn't want to not make a video about Fallout 4. I wanted to give my thoughts on it, since everyone else is doing it. So, yeah, I'm going to tell you my thoughts on Fallout 4. First off, let me tell you my opinions on the previous games that I've played. I liked Fallout 3. However, I did think it was pretty underwhelming, considering how many people hyped it up. There were things I loved about Fallout 3 and things that I thought were kind of underwhelming. Like, the game didn't have as many quests as I thought it was gonna have. And the world was pretty bland. It was fun to explore, but it was pretty bland looking. But I'm sure that was the point. So Fallout 3, I enjoyed it, but I thought it was kind of a little overrated in my opinion. But it was an incredibly fun game. New Vegas is one of my favorite games of all time. I love New Vegas. New Vegas, I think, improves on almost everything that Fallout 3 had. I love New Vegas. It's a great game. I haven't played 1 or 2, the older games, but that's kind of irrelevant. But whatever. Now for Fallout 4. I'm going to tell you all the things that I love about Fallout 4 and the complaints I have for Fallout 4. So let's get started. First off, the graphics and the presentation all together. The game looks pretty great. It's not the best looking game at all, not even the best looking game this year. But compared to 3, it's miles better. The character models, the character designs, the character models, the world, it's just all looks pretty great. And what I liked about what they did with Fallout 4 is that they made it more lively. They added color, and the world just feels more alive compared to Fallout 3 and even New Vegas. So I do like that. That's just the whole world is a lot more. Like, I actually want to explore the world a lot more because it feels more alive, and it just has more color and just feels more lively. You know, that's probably the biggest thing that I love about it. And all the weapons look pretty great, look really cool. Some of the character models are pretty awesome. Some of the NPC designs are pretty cool, and whatnot. As for story, it's pretty much exactly the same thing. The story is pretty much the same as Fallout 3, where you're looking for a family member. Where the entire game you're looking for a family member. It's exactly the same. It's pretty much the same as Fallout 3. While New Vegas was more like a revenge story, but that story has a lot more going for it. Same thing with Fallout 3 and 4, but don't want to spoil it too much. Another thing that I would love is crafting. Crafting is a lot of fun to do. It's fun to find a gun and just customize the shit out of it and make it amazing. It's pretty fun. Crafting is great. And so is like the builder thing. I forgot what it's called, where you can like build houses. Not really build houses, but you can add on power supplies, beds, and whatnot. I forgot what it was called. What the hell was it called? Wow, I forgot. Rally, you better not make any noise. My dog is in here. She better not. Oh, she's just gonna scratch. But yeah, those are the things I love about Fallout 4. Gunplay is way better than Fallout 3. In Fallout 3, you could not, for some reason, you couldn't aim down the sights, which is retarded. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. And with Fallout 3, you would always use VATS. Rally's scratching. Hopefully you guys don't hear it. But in 4, you do use VATS quite like 50% of the time, but gunplay is still significantly better. Companions are pretty cool. Strong is pretty cool. Piper is probably my favorite companion. Riley, shut the fuck up. Kate is pretty cool. She's probably my second favorite. So companion's pretty cool. I like the factions. I love the factions in New Vegas, and I'm glad that they brought it somewhat back in 4. One thing that I'm actually not sure if I like or not is the power armor. They changed the power armor to be more like a vehicle than anything. Well, it's not really a vehicle, but it's more like a thing that you can't waste. You have to get inside power armor, and power armor takes energy. They take fusion cores. So that means you can't wear power armor all the time. And while power armor it's really badass to use, you're mostly gonna be using power armor for tough situations. You put your power armor in your house, and then you play the game. And when you get to a hard part, you go back to your house, get your power armor, and then fast travel back. It's pretty inconvenient, to say the least, to just stop, go back, and get it. But power armor is pretty cool. I enjoy it, but it is kind of it's one of those things where I like it, but at the same time, I don't know. It's one of those things. Now, on to the complaints that I have. I actually have 2 complaints, and they're not really that big of a complaints. Really, they're debatable, but these are my complaints. Fallout 4 doesn't feel like an RPG to me. It feels more like an open world shooter, if anything. Because like the RPG aspect of New Vegas is not here. That's not to say it's a bad thing. Fallout 4 is an incredibly fun game, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't really feel like an RPG. Like a lot of the big role-playing aspects have been removed, like the dialogue options. Do not like them. Dialogue options suck, to say they're pretty bad. Because in previous Fallout games, the game would tell you what your character would say, like full sentences. In 4, it just says it's pretty much the Mass Effect dialogue wheel. While it isn't that bad, it's pretty similar, and it really does suck. Also, if you try to be evil in Fallout 4, if you try to play as the bad guy, the game gives you very limited options. The game limits you in being evil. The game wants you to be the good guy. Bethesda wants you to play as the good guy in Fallout 4. And if you want to play as the bad guy, the game gives you very little options to do so. And that sucks. In all honesty, that does suck, because I know a lot of people love to play Fallout and be the bad guy. In New Vegas, you could be the bad guy. You could be the biggest dick in the entire game. Hell, even in 3 you could do that. In 4 you couldn't. You have pretty much, for the most part, have to play as the good guy, the hero. And while that isn't necessarily a bad thing, for a role-playing game, it kind of sucks. So it's just stuff like big things like that take the role-playing aspect, the role-playing feel away from this game. So I'm not like Fallout 4 is still a fun game. I very much do enjoy it, but it definitely feels less like an RPG and more like an open-world shooter. And I'm sure Bethesda knew that, because they are trying to, I don't know. I guess you could have theories and shit, but I'm not going to go into that. Another complaint, the second complaint I have is it feels a little too similar to Fallout 3. Again, that might not be a terrible thing. You could say that Fallout 4 is just an improved Fallout 3, but the Fallout games aren't sequels to one another. Like Fallout 3 isn't a sequel to Fallout 2, and Fallout 4 isn't a sequel to Fallout 3. They're basically like the Zelda games, where each one is a new story and everything with new mechanics. And Fallout 4 basically feels like an improved Fallout 3. Whether or not you think that's a good thing or bad thing is completely up to you. But to me, it's just that Fallout 4 just feels too similar to Fallout 3. That's just my biggest complaint. Well, not my biggest complaint, like my two biggest complaints. So again, whether or not that's a good thing or bad thing, whatever, you know. But then, like I said, the game is still incredibly fun to play. The character creation is fucking great. I love the character creation. I forgot to mention that. The character creation is absolutely amazing. I love it. I made my character look like Uma Thurman from Pulp Fiction. I tried to make her look like I tried to make a Scarlett Johansson from Avengers, but ultimately I ended up with Uma Thurman. So, yeah. So the character creation is pretty great. Crafting's awesome. The world, the presentation is fantastic. There are a lot of Bethesda things that you would expect from a Bethesda game, like glitches, a lot of bugs, performance issues, hell, even like animation issues and whatnot. It's weird. Like, it's just Bethesda, and the thing about that is that people give that a pass. They go, "Oh, it's whatever, it's expected. Who gives a shit?" I think that's retarded. If a game has issues, like technical issues, then it should be called out on. The game shouldn't get a free pass just because it's Bethesda. You know, if this was any other game, it would be getting shitted on. Shitted on? It'd get criticized. If this was the next Assassin's Creed, it'd get criticized to hell and back. But since it's Fallout and Bethesda, people don't give a shit, which is dumb. But whatever. So, yeah, I think that's all I have to say about Fallout 4. In conclusion, Fallout 4 is an incredibly fun game. It's definitely one of my favorite games of 2015. Is it the game of the year? No. Is it 10 out of 10? No. Is it 8? Is it 9 out of 10? No. Is it an 8 out of 10? Yes, I would definitely give it an 8 out of 10. It's incredibly fun. I recommend playing it. If you expect it, I will say it's better than 3, but not as good as New Vegas. I will give it that. So, yeah. Fallout 4, those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts on Fallout 4. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys later.